shout it out one more time into map chat to make sure these guys know. But I don't think there's any more coming into here. There's a lot of big names in here, a lot of strong guys. It's going to be good. It's going to be really, really good, guys. So where did I end up? On Dan the Man, Joker, Dan the Man. I got you, Catty Kitty. I don't know if Catty Kitty's still in there. I hope they are. I don't believe Kitty Cat is joining either. They were with Lord Avion. So there's Deuce. Shriner. Marketeer. Alice. Sweet. I actually had a couple people that didn't show. That really helps me a lot. It doesn't make it too long. I know I saw Shitty. Kiba. Dab. And Glitch. So far I have 18. Vitz is in here. Azog Magus is in here. These two exited. Let me see if these. Who's this guy? Maga Boy. I don't know Maga Boy. Did he enter? I don't think so. Christy Hassinger. I've seen this. Who's this guy? Oriela. I don't think I've ever seen you either. Okay, yeah, no problem. Tyriel, I don't think he signed either. It's gonna run. June Caesar, yeah, I did get you there. Let me just check again if I put him in the bracket. Caesar, there he is. So far there's 18 people. Just gonna go shamelessly promote in the Heart of the Mist, guys. I do have a couple minutes, not many though. Let me see if I can shamelessly promote. I got 4 minutes. I can do it. With this music, it's really helping me. And I'm kind of new shoutcasting, guys, and I'm kind of new to this whole Twitch stream. I've only been doing it for about 3 weeks now, but I post every single day. Every single day there's a 1v1, a 2v2, 3v3, or a Fashion Wars content. I'm just trying to put out as much content as you can. Today I'm actually doing 2 of them, one of which was a Fashion Wars contest held by the Fall Guild. There was over 100 participants, over 1,500 gold given away. It was really, 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 really epic, really good. I don't want to go to Rata Sum. I'm going to go to Divinity's Reach over here. It was really good. I already put that one in my highlights, and this is going to be the second event that I'm holding for today. This is going to be a 1v1. It's going to be a really good 1v1. It's a best of 3 series. You can't change the class you start with, and you can't change the 3 specs that you have already. So Nemu has been entered. As Tariel, I think. I'm just going to put him as Nemu. But it's Tariel. I'm going to enter back into here. He's going to be the last one I'm going to enter, and that'll be it. I'll check actually one more time to see if there's anybody in there that I missed, but it's getting really close to the time I have to post, and I don't want to be late. Mad Martingham, does he want to play? No, I'll just use him as a replacement if anything. But Nemu's alt's name is what here? Let's report that. Tyriel. Okay. So I'll know who he is. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm going to make the bracket. I'm going to make sure that it's not too many. Kevin Deb, she being glitchless, Hals, June Caesar, Anonymous. I'm going to separate these two just a bit. These guys will face there. These guys will face there. Perfect. This is what I'm going to go with. So everybody in Twitch, guys, everybody in Twitch gets to see the brackets. Here they are for you. That's, oh, I got to join the chat first. Humbug. Give me 1 second. So here's the brackets. Our first match is actually going to be Kiba versus Dab. I'm going to post the brackets here. I'm going to post them in Discord as well. And I'll post it. I'll constantly keep posting it into the Twitch chat because I know there's a bunch of people that join up. I think it's Dab, I believe. And you gotta bear with me on the first one. The first set of matches is gonna be a little funky. I know Kiba's here. Just gotta find him. He messaged me not long ago. Hold on. I know he messaged me. Where are you? Is this here? Nope. Where are you, Kiba? I know he whispered me. He's not. Should be here somewhere. As I mentioned, guys, the first round is always a little funny. Just give me 1 minute, guys. I'm looking for Kiba. Where are you, buddy? There he is. So like I mentioned, guys, the first round is going to be a little funny, and if you look at the challengebracket.com, the first round is not really the first round. This is just the way the challenge bracket broke it up so we can put people in. So I'm just giving Kiba a minute to come in. He should be coming. I know he signed up, and he was here not long ago, maybe 2 minutes, and he is online. I sent him a message to see if he does come. If not, we're just going to pass over him and go over to the next match, Shibby versus Glitchlich. So next match is Shibby versus Glitchlich, and I believe they're both there. There's Glitchlich. Now I'm just looking for Shibby. I believe he's here somewhere. I just don't know where. Is that you? Yeah, there he is. And as I mentioned, guys, once we get past the first round, it's going to get a lot better. This is a best of 3 series. I'm going to post the rules one more so everybody knows. Oh, Grimjack, I'll put you in. I'll definitely put you in, Grimjack. You'll take my spot. That's why I always enter myself into these tournaments, so I can always have the ability to add people that I want, and I don't mind watching, and it helps me with the shoutcasting. So Grimjack is going to be taking my spot. I thought Kibraga was in it. Where is he? Maybe he's not in it, but I'm going to look at Kane Venetian really quick. He's running Rune of the Carry-On with Rune of the Adventure. He's got Scepter, Torch, and he's also got Staff, running Soul Reaping, Curses, and Scourge. A quick look at George, who's running a Core Warrior, Core Guard, Defense, Discipline, and Strength. He's also running with Rune of the Leadership, Demolisher, and he's running with a Shield, Axe, and Greatsword. Rune of the Leadership is a really good job to use against the Scourge. He's going for the high ground right now. Kane Venetian's got to be really careful, but also George too, because this is a counterplay almost. He's just got to be really attentive. He's already used his shield, which is a bad news for him. Kane Venetian can really open up onto him if he wants. He goes off with his, what is that called again? That's Trail of Anguish, yeah. Kane Venetian taking some big damage. He's got to be careful not to be so in the face of George. George going into Rampage. He drops the Breach for Icanane, but it's not doing too much. He does have the Torment. This is the kind of time that you want to put the pressure on him. Actually, George takes game 1. That's game 1 that goes to George. This is a best of 3 series. And I'm going to use Mad Martingham.
Yeah, I feel like that Scourge could have used the corrupts a little better when the Warrior Rampage, because the weakness of Rampage against Scourge is it gives you Pulsing Stab, which corrupts into fear.
Exactly.
Played right.
He should have been able to take advantage of that, but Kane stood a little flat-footed, stood in a lot of his damage. He could have used the double terrain. He could have stood up here and tried to get some ground, make him run around, make him actually come up and chase him. That's what he really wants to do, because George is kind of like a melee class. He's got to be in your face. So if he's able to port up, use a Spectral Walk or something of that sort, come down and then come back up and then force George to run to him, he can drop a lot of damage onto him and make him suffer for making a poor mistake. So they're just ready up to ready, guys. I'm going to let these guys know. I'm going to also let them know the next match is going to be Hollis versus Naru. So here we go, George already. He's getting good job by Hollis. I mean, Kane the Venetian by getting some distance and trying to pull away. Good job on the corrupt. He's just got to keep those corrupts up. Take away all of his. There goes on the Bull's Charge. He actually lands the Bull's Charge on the Kane Venetian. He's got to get away from him. He's got to move, or at least use W just a little bit. He pops the Ghastly Breach. George is trying to kite away a bit. This is actually good news for Kane. This is where he wants him, at a distance. Now Kane should try to start going up into the LOS so he can kind of still create that distance. George is not looking too good here. Good job by Kane the Venetian putting the pressure. He actually gets it down, but you have to finish the opponent, so George can still be very dangerous if he's not able to get the stomp. There you go. He gets the interrupt. He can still get the vengeance. He's going for the vengeance right now. He does get the vengeance. Oh my lord, Kane's in big trouble here. He can't finish it. He's got him in 100 blades. He's trying to, oh, and the arcing slice just misses. Kane Venetian running for his life right now, ladies and gentlemen. He is really low. Will he have enough time to stop? No, he doesn't have enough time. Kane the Venetian takes game 1. Game 2. This is a 1-1 series. Really, really good already. 1-1 series. Dab, I don't know if Kiba's here. If you look inside the spectate, if he's not here, I'm just going to end up giving you the buy.
I do not see Kiva. What is his account name?
I messaged him. It's unfortunate, but you're just going to get the buy, Dab. I'm going to move you on to the next match.
What's Kiva's account name in case?
I think it's Key Braga.
Yeah, I don't see him. Anything looks like Kiva.
Oh, Baskins, you see him in spectate? And then Workalis. Yeah, it's known across the planet, buddy. And I don't have dual monitor yet, guys. So it's really hard for me to come back. Every so often, I'll come back and check out the chat in the stream. Yeah, you made it, Grimjack. This is going to be a really exciting... I wasn't even going to put this tournament on, but a lot of people asked me to put it on. They were all asking, is the tournament happening? Is the tournament happening? Is the tournament happening? I ended up putting it on. Sorry guys, we're getting a couple whispers, and they guys can make changes if they so choose. He doesn't look like he's made any changes. He's still running with Rune of the Adventure. No, there's his first change right there. Rune of the Nightmare he actually goes for. He's still running Scepter. Let's take a look at George over here. He should still have Rune of the Leadership. Yeah, he does have the leadership. He does have the weapon swap removal over here as well. He does have balance stance. He does have the do shake it off to get rid of a lot of the Condi. This is our first game 3 over here. Where is Kiba inside? I said Baskin said that Kiba was in here. Is he Akiyuto? Yeah, it is. Okay, Kiba's here. Perfect. So Dabs, your partner, is here. We're going to go back to that first round. Actually, no, we're going to do Naru versus Hallis next, and then we're going to go back to Dab and Hallis and Kiba. Excuse me. Good job by Kane Venetian. And he's also putting the pressure with the Ghastly Breach. That George knew he couldn't engage. This is where Kane Venetian wants to be. He's got the good LOS, but he shouldn't have dropped down. He's already got the Rampage. Hits him with the Rock Throw. Big combos right there. Kane's really got to create the distance. He does have his Spectral Walk. He's got to create the distance with the Spectral Walk. Try to get onto another level. Create those tiers. He gets him with the big Arcing Slice and the Whirlwind. He's got the Blade Trail. He misses with the Blade Trail. Good dodge by Kane Venetian. This is big pressure. He's got his shield up. Kane's in big, big trouble here. He's got to put some sort of counter pressure on him. He's got to get some distance. Doesn't look good for Kane right now. He's taking a lot of pressure. George trying to come in with the World again. Tries the Arcing Slice. Ends up connecting with the Arcing Slice. And that's George that moves on into our first round, guys. Thank you so much for watching, by the way, guys. I really, really, really appreciate it. I do put this content on every single day, and if you like this kind of stuff, check out my highlights videos. Every single day for the past 3 weeks since I've started I've posted something. So if you like this, click that follow, click that subscribe. It's like giving me a pat on the back. I'd really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much either way, even just for watching. So our next match coming up is Naru versus Hallis.
Open the world of music, a new streaming service with the official audio and playlists, live performances, and the rest of the story you can't find anywhere else. It's all here.
So I'm just waiting for Alice, and I'm waiting for Naru. There Naru is. Now I'm just looking for Hallis.
Hallis is on Haslanger. I just PM'd him. Good luck. I'll let him know what's up.
Just waiting for both participants to enter, guys. Actually, I think this is a tactic on both of their parts. They're both trying to wait for the other to enter so they can take a quick look. You're up, guys. Come on. Don't be so scared. Enter the arena. Shout out to Chrome. There you go, Chrome. Big shout out to you. Come on, guys. Enter up. He was here 2 seconds ago, Haslanger. He just.
No, he just pictured me. He thinks he's that Naru might be trying to sneak his build. I'm trying to convince him that
They're both. It's okay, guys. Just enter. This is just too much of an ego. Just enter, guys. It's okay. It's unfortunate that you're in the first round, but it's okay because everybody's gonna see your build. Everybody's gonna see you when you're going through your rounds, and when you get to the quarterfinals, by that time everybody's already seen it, and you can still make changes to your build if you so choose. So you can enter with something funny and then just go with something else. Okay, Alice.
I say if no one enters in like the next 5 seconds or 10 seconds, just say like the first one to enter wins. Just say like after 30 seconds, the first one to enter wins.
So there's Haslanger who's joined. That's perfect. So we're just waiting for Naru now. He's probably taking a quick peek. There he is. I knew he was going to take a quick peek. Now we got Haslanger over here. He always runs with something fun. He's running with Trickery, Shadow Arts, and Deadeye. He's got a very interesting build over here on the bottom. He's running with Rifle, and he's also got Short Bow, Energy, Agility, and Annulment. He's also got Separation with Energy. He's running with Scholar and Marauder. Let's take a look at Naru. He's one of the top, if not the top Necromancers in the game. So let's take a quick look at what he's running as a 1v1 build. Scepter, Torch, and he's got Staff, he's got Energy and Annulment. Annulment is a huge sigil that most of the top players use, especially in 1v1. Stage Amulet with Rune of the Undead. He's also running Blood Magic, Soul Reaping, and Scourge. He's actually going with Blood for a little more sustain. This is going to be interesting, guys. So this is going to be a best of 3 series. Hey, how are ya?
Hello.
Hey, Goran.
What are you guys doing?
Doing the tournament right now, just waiting for these gentlemen to, this is, like I mentioned, guys, this is the first round. I'm not sure where Hallis went. Where did Hallis go?
He may be spectating.
Yeah, no, we'll go mount. I'm going to make him spectate. Come on, Haslanger, where are you, buddy? You're giving me a lot of problems here. Okay, I'm going to let Wiggle Mount take his spot. So Wiggle Mount's in. That was really annoying, and as I mentioned, guys, the first round is always a little funny, but once we get into the quarterfinals, it flows really smooth. I wanted a little bit of less people. There's actually 21 people that signed up for this tournament. I did a Fashion Wars contest already today. I wasn't going to do a tournament, but everybody asked me to, so here we are doing it. We got a lot of top dogs in this one. It's going to be really good to come to the semifinals. So we go. Naru's sitting in back. Wiggle Mount trying to get up. He tries the shockwave. He doesn't get it. He gets the prime light beam. He's trying to CC down. He uses his Trail of Anguish to get out. Good job by Wiggle Mount trying to get away and clear a lot of the condies, keeping the distance. He already used Elixir S, which is going to be a big issue for him. Naru knows this, and he's going to take full advantage. There's no more oh shit button that he has available to him. He tries to get the shockwave again. Good dodge by Naru. Now he's using the LOS to his perfect advantage. This is what you want to see a Scourge do. Taking the top ground, controlling the game and controlling the pace, just dropping Condi. And now Wiggleman has no choice but to try to mitigate, and he has no way to put on any counter pressure. That's great positioning by Naru over here. He tries the shockwave, easily mitigated, keeping the heavy pressure. He's got a lot of, and down he goes. That's Wiggle Mount down. 1-0 series for Naru Mancer. But this is going to be very good. We have Anya in here. We have Grimjack in here. We have Anonymous in here. We have a lot of good top marketeers in here. We have also Where is he? Where is he? Not Meatwad. That wasn't the one I thought it was. Yeah, Valhor. Valhor, which is Mad Martingham. There's a lot of top dogs in here, so the semifinals, the quarterfinals are going to be really interesting and very, very, very entertaining. I'm excited for that. So here we go with Game 2, Wigglemount versus Naru Mancer. The next match after this, this series is going to be Dab versus Kiba. And I always have a little bit, Haslinger is a little funny sometimes. Jackie the Blade, who's that? Oh, Tygo. Sorry guys, let me remove this. Let's see if Wigglemount made any changes to his build. I don't believe so. He does have leadership and Marauder. Maybe I didn't check it. Yeah, I probably didn't check it at the beginning. And we also have Kiba in this tournament as well. I like watching Narumancer. He's a really good Necro. He does a lot of good plays. He watches the animations really well. You see how he just sidestepped on the Prime Light Beam? That was really, really well. He actually saved a dodge. He's sitting in the Ghastly Breach right now, taking a lot of damage. He has no sort of mitigation. He has used his Elixir S to try to get rid of that Torment. He immediately stacks it back on. He actually cleanses it, I think, with the swap. He's trying to go in for some pressure. Naru got caught in that shockwave. He's trying to come up. He's got that Trail of Anguish. That was a really, really good try by Wigglemount. Really, really impressive the second round that he put on. Thank you so much as well, Wigglemount, for replacing Hallis. I really appreciate that, buddy. It was a little bit hectic. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches to go in our first round. So I'm hoping there's no more of these little hiccups. But once we pass this first round, I think we'll be in the clear and everything's going to start to flow really, really, really nicely. So our next match is Dab versus Kiba. They both entered really quickly. That's exactly what I want to see. Hey, thank you so much for that follow, man. I really appreciate it. Daunton101. When you guys click that follow or subscribe button, it really shows me the appreciation and gives me some love back and saying, hey, Mike, I like what you're doing. Keep putting up the content. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for that follow, man. Really cool of you. Let's take a quick look at Kiba and what he's running over here. He's got Sage with Balthazar. He's got Sword and Focus. He's going for that Fire Weaver, Fire Arcane, and Weaver. He's got Energy with Sigil of Intelligence. Let's take a quick look at Fangbone over here. He's got Strength with Demolisher, Axe Shield, and he's got Great Sword. He's also running with his Core Warrior, Strength, Discipline, and Defense. Fangbone's got the shield up to try to mitigate any damage Kiba has. He does go... Nice CC by Kiba. He tries to Bull's Charge, but then CCs him immediately, catches the animation, tries to go for the Whirlwind right after. Now Dab is trying to create a little bit of distance, trying to get away using LOS to his best advantage. Now Dailies does have a lot of sustain, and he does have a lot of damage. I think Fangbone's best, maybe his best option at this point, is try to wait till the map mechanic. Kiba does have a lot of barrier, which does still play effect into the map mechanic, and as I mentioned, there's 0 healing after the map mechanic, and if Fangbone can get a really good CC chain on him, put the heavy pressure and get him to start running and not being able to be so carefree, put a little fear in his eyes, I think he'll be able to take the advantage. Another shield block by Fangbone, just trying to create the distance. It was a double dodge there that could be a little bit crucial. He could have dodged right there. He tries to go in with the 100 Blades. Really good counter and turn and burn. Kiba goes for the invuln. Good job by both contestants keeping this toe-to-toe. Kind of quietly good match. Good burst by Fangbone. Good burst by Akiko. They're both really far down. Now, as I mentioned, the Ellie can resustain really quickly. He goes for his Rampage. He probably could have popped Rampage a little earlier, but this really helps. It's able to sustain some of his cooldowns, get Kiba to use a lot of his mitigation, but at the same time, when he's in Rampage, he's very susceptible to burning and condition damage. Now Fangbone just trying to create some distance, actually gets the Bull's Charge on him, goes for the 100 Blades, gets the Whirlwind. He tries to go for the stun on the shield. Good job by Fangbone, doing a lot of pressure on this Ellie right now, Kiba. And Kibas have a lot of sustain. The Ellies have a lot of sustain. He's doing a really good job. Really good. Tries to Blade Trail. He's backing up a bit. Let's see what Kiba's doing. Oh my goodness, really good pressure. He's got to keep the pressure now. This would have been a perfect time for a Rampage, but the Rampage was already used, and it did create this type of opportunity. He tries for the Shield Bash. He doesn't get it. He's still trying to keep the pressure up. He's got to watch his Condis. They're both really low. This is a really, really good match, and actually Kiba goes down. Fangbone trying to come up for the kill. Now Fangbone's got to be careful. Oh my goodness. He's just got to keep the pressure. He does have Vengeance, and as I mentioned, there's an AoE effect that comes in, and that could be killer. because if Fangbone actually fell a little farther down, Kiba could have mist formed up to the top, away from damage, healed himself up, and let the AoE take care of the rest of the work. That was that was a really good fight. So far, the best match I've seen. We've only had 3, but this is the best match so far, coming out of
That
Fangbone.
was a good one.
Yeah, that was really, really, really good. Really, really good. Big, big burst. And that's the thing that's dangerous about Warriors. When they get low, you almost think that's your time. That's your opportunity. This is my time to pounce. Let me go on them. But they have so much regain and sustain. And they have so much high burst that they almost use it to their advantage. That you get a little complacent and a little more aggressive. And you jump on the opponent. And he just turns and burns. He actually did that once or twice to Kiba. He actually was able to get him almost in a full 100 blades. Kiba came in for damage. He just turned around and burned on him with the 100 blades. It was a really, really, really impressive. Let me take a look at Kiba. I don't think he's changed anything inside his traits. It's still going with Sage and Balthazar. He's still got his intelligence and energy. And as I mentioned, in this duel, you cannot change the class you start with, and you cannot change the 3 specs that you start with. You can change all these traits inside your spec. You can change all your utilities. You can change all your weapons, your sigils, your amulet, your rune. All of that can change, except for your class and the 3 specs you have chosen. Yes, you can swap traits. Yes, sir. That's exactly it. You can change traits, but not trait lines. The trait lines must stay the same. The trait lines must stay the same. The traits can change. So we're going again over here. Keep it trying to be a... Now, you see, now Fangbone gave him a little bit of something to think about, and he put a little fear in his eyes, so Keep is going to be a little more careful. He's not going to be so complacent and so quick to rush. He got him in a big CC right there, and that was a good job by Fangbone, breaking the CC and then coming up with the counter. That's what you want to do as a warrior, because their animations are very obvious and it's hard to hide, and that's one of the ways the top tier players hide. They get stunned, wait for the character to come up, and then they break the stun, and then they'll open up with their big burst. So Kiba's on the trail right here. He's hunting for Fangbone as much as he can, putting some good pressure. He tries to get the Bull's Charge on him, but he mitigates that really easily. Let's take a quick look at Fangbone on his cooldowns over here. Still doing really good on cooldowns. He's got to watch out now. He might have to use his Rampage as a defensive measure, but he's just using W to mitigate a lot of damage, and that's really what you want to do. You see that in a lot of high-tier characters. They'll create a little bit of distance and then just W the rest of the way, saving a lot of utility, saving a lot of their cooldowns, not wasting dodges of any sort. Good job by Kiba putting up the counter pressure. He should have got a little more Condi onto him, but I don't think he's that Condi pressure. Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, he is. He should have taken advantage of that. Now, Fangbone in a little bit of a sticky situation, but there's only 30 seconds left on the map mechanic. Now Fangbone does have his signet that he can use if he so chooses, because the regen is not going to be very useful once the map mechanic comes, so he can use that for that extra 2k heal or 2.5k heal. He tried to, looks like he tried to go for it. He does have the stun break. He does use, no, he goes for the frenzy. A little bit of a wasted frenzy. He's got all that quickness, but it's not being used to any advantage to his. He's actually in shield wall. This doesn't look so good right now. He does have his signet. He should be using it just before the timer. He doesn't get it off. Kiba's in a really good spot right here. Oh, big damage coming up from Fangbone. Kiba's still got to be careful. Fangbone can still be super dangerous. He's got to get the stomp on here, because if he doesn't, he can still Vengeance. And Kiba cannot heal. He's running out of barrier. This is really dangerous. This might be a bad move by Kiba. He has no idea what's happening here. Oh my goodness. He does go into the evade. He gets him in the whirling strike. Oh my god. Is he going to be able to feel it? He does have a Bull's Charge. He should use the Bull's Charge. Good mitigation, but it's going to be too late. There's no way he's going to be able to finish it. Kiba does go down though. And the Vengeance procs. That was really, really, really good. So this is our second or third game 3. Really, really, really good. Our next match after this is going to be Joker versus Valor. This is still, we're going into game 3. I'm just prepping the next contestants so they know and it doesn't go that slow. Who did I say? Valor and Joker. Let me get rid of this. Let me take a look at Fangbone to see if he's made any changes. I don't believe he has.
Yeah, it's Nemu and Joker.
I know, but Nemu has been replaced with Valor. Yeah, Onilicious, I'm aware. I'm replacing him because Nemu can't make it anymore, so I'm replacing... Oh, he's still here.
But Nemo's saying in map chat, I thought I was fighting Joker.
Oh, I thought you were leaving. If you are leaving, I don't want him to enter and then leave. Because if he's leaving, I don't want to enter him because I'm just going to have to replace it with someone else after, and I don't want to give that person the advantage of starting in the quarterfinals right away. So here you go. Fangbone is still on the offensive, on the defensive. He's just trying to create that distance. Maybe he should have used something with a little bit of speed to give him that advantage to be able to get away and kite. But he's got a lot of the burning that he's got to be careful for. I believe he changed his heal over to mending, which doesn't seem to be serving him too well. Keeper's just trying to keep up the pressure. He tries to get the Bull's charge. He easily mitigates that and breaks the stun. Fangbone's got to get some heavy pressure onto him to get him a little more scared, at least to get him to use some cooldowns, because when he does try to go in for some damage, he's not going to be able to, because Keeper's sitting right now with a lot of healthy cooldowns. He tries to go into the Rampage to try to get him to proc some of those, which is a good idea coming from Dab. Anything at this point would be good. He's got a lot of burning on him that he's got to try to cleanse off him. Yeah, the next...
Interrupt on the mending was brutal.
Yeah, super brutal.
Interrupted mending twice.
Fangbone's trying to get up. That was a really good job by Kiba, keeping an eye on the animations and making sure he doesn't get his heals up. Now Fangbone's just kind of in a desperation mode. There's 15 minutes, there's 10 seconds left. He does have mending coming up. He can pop this. He's at full health. This is where he wants to be. Just create a little bit of distance. Get that burning off. Oh, this is going to be dangerous for him. Now there's almost into the timer. Kiba's got no chance to heal. He does get him in the Bull's charge on 100 blades. This is really good. He does have him in a good position right here. Oh, he fell into the AoE effect. That's not what you want. And that's Kiba that goes down.
You mean Fangbone?
Fangbone that goes down. Thank you, Deuce. So he moves on forward into the next one. Our next match after this is going to be Valhor versus Joker. I want to take this time again to thank you guys for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you like this type of content, take a look in my highlights videos. That's all my 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s, and Fashion Wars contests that I conduct. I've only been streaming for about 23 days, but every day I've been putting it out. And every day I have participants, people willing to do it, everybody coming out. Really good. People watching, participating, donating. This tournament is only 150 gold for the total. It's going to be 80 to the winner, 45 to second place, and I believe 25 or 15. 35 to second place and 25. I don't know what it is, but it's 60, 35, 15. That's how I'm going to be doing the 60, 25, 15. That's better math. That's how the divvy is going to be done. It's 150 gold total. So I'm going to be splitting 150 gold, 60 to the winner. It's going to be 25 to second place and 15 to third place. So let's take a quick look at over here at Joker. He's running a Fire, Arcane, and Weaver. He's also got over here Sword and Focus, running with Compounding and Annulment. He's got Balthazar with Sage. Let's take a quick look at Meatwad over here, Valhor. He's running Zerker, actually, with Rune of the Leadership, Dagger, Shield with Great Sword. He's also got Strength Defense with Spellbreaker. And now I allow them a little bit of time to make adjustments if they so choose. He has actually gone for Mending. I guess that's because he has the Berserker, and the regen from will not be enough to help him sustain. There we go. This is the first match. Best of 3 series, guys. This is going to be, we're probably in the... There's 6 more matches to go in this first round. Then we're going to be officially starting the quarterfinals, where all the cream is starting to rise. It's going to be really good. So we're going to be watching Meatwad actually for this one. He's going that Spellbreaker with Berserker, so it's pretty dangerous all the way, staying over here. And he's got to go kind of go for the Berserker just to be able to put that heavy damage onto the Ellie and not let him sustain. He's got to watch those burning stacks though. Those are what's going to be really dangerous and eat away a lot of his health. He's still got those stacks. He does go into Rampage to proc that. I think that was Leadership that he had. The heavy damage. That's exactly what he wants to do. Get him to burn a lot of cooldowns, and as soon as he comes out of Rampage, he's a little softer for him. He can start doing a lot of CC, putting up that heavy pressure. He's going to try to go for that Arcing Slice for sure. He does try to go for it. I think he connected, but it might have been the good Mage Bane. Tether on him, pulls him off the top. That was beautifully executed right there. He does get him with the Arcing Slice, and then pulls him with the Mage Bane all the way. Had no idea. Good 100 Blades right there. Great comboing. You're seeing some really good warrior play right here. That was really impressive by Valhor. He takes game 1. Really, 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 really impressive. Wow, wow, yeewaw. Alright, guys, our next match after this is going to be Sarista versus Marketeer. And let me just say, make sure Marketeer is here. I don't believe he's here, but I know he's in chat somewhere. Do you have him on Friends? Deuce, by any chance? I know he wanted to be messaged.
Who am I messaging? Haslinger?
No, Marketeer. Do you know where Marketeer is?
Oh, that's Mark. Let me see if I have him on my friends list. I know who you're talking about. I might.
Thank you so much for that follow, man. I really appreciate that, buddy. Woot woot.
I don't have him on my friends list, so I wouldn't be able to tell.
Okay, let me just talk to Anya. So here we go into game 2. Let's take a look at all the way from EU if he made any changes. I think he was running leadership, was he? Yeah, he was running leadership. That's how he was able to get all those burns when he procced into his rampage. So here we go. Meatwad is. I'm going to watch all the way from EU on this one right here. Our Joker has participated in a lot of my tourneys. He goes for the Swirling Winds right away to try to mitigate some damage. There's no real heavy projectiles that are going to be coming from there. Maybe from his axe. He gets some good damage onto him. He's got to try to keep that pressure. Watch out for that Mage Bane so he doesn't get caught in the pool. Doing a good job of staying within range. Good job on the port by all the way from EU. Now he's starting to put the heavy pressure. The burnings are starting to take their damage. Now, does Meatwad still have Rampage? He does still have Rampage accessible to him, so all the way he's got to be careful. He knows that's there. Good job by all the way, putting the heavy pressure of the burns. He should be able to get this. Meatwad doesn't have much left. He's got to use his mending. The 6 burns were actually cleared. Really good. He goes into the Rampage. He's got no choice. He does throw the Rock Throw, but he's got the Swirling Winds to mitigate that. He's got to get out of this heavy damage from the Rampage. That was really good heavy pressure by Meatwad. That could have swung the whole tide of this match right here, and it did exactly that. I don't think Marketeer is here, so I'm definitely going to just move on to the next match right now. I'm going to skip over that and go to Anonymous and Dan the Man. Okay, so Mark is not coming back, so he's... Okay, so he gets a bye. So it's going to be Dan the Man. I believe it's Anya versus Dan the Man. No, Anonymous, excuse me. So it's Anonymous versus Dan the Man versus Anonymous. So we got Bacon's there. I believe that's Dan the Man. Now it's just Anya. Oh, no, it's not you actually. Nope. Not you. One sec. So there's AT Demon. He's a really strong player. As you can see, if you look at the brackets, he's actually second place so far, and Naru is first place. So these are really top tier guys that are in this tournament today. We got Sword with Dagger. We also got Shortbow. He's running with Rune of the Traveler with Carry On Amulet, Deadly Arts, Trickery, and Daredevil. And now let's look at Dan the Man. He's running Deadly Arts, Trickery, and Daredevil. He's running with Sword, Pistol, and he's also got his Shortbow, running with Rune of the Adventure and Wizard Amulet. Let me just take a quick look at the brackets. I gotta give a bye to Sarista. So you get the bye there, Sarista. That was actually Valhor that won that one. I don't believe Anya and Shriner fought yet. That's gonna be Anya and Shriner next after this. I don't believe Anya and Shriner fought yet, but Here we go. This is AT Demon versus Base Cons, which is Dan the Man. This is a double
Looking
thief.
forward to this.
Yeah, me too. AT Demon is a very strong competitor. I'm going to watch him for this one right here. He's just going back in here, and I believe this is a no port spot. You cannot port onto the spawn point, so that's why a lot of people use it to their advantage. And he's also allowing Dan the Man to get a little closer so he can close the gap if he so chooses. There is a port there. They're both playing really careful play right here, trying to feel each other out. He's trying to go in for the heavy condi right away. Dan the Man mitigating some of that. Good job by him. They both got some heavy condi clear as well. So far they're exchanging pretty good. Toe-to-toe right now. AT Demon getting the better of the condi's placements onto him right now. I don't like this map just because when they go under there, the camera angle is so funky. Dan the Man's in a little bit of trouble. Let's take a look at his cooldowns over here. He does have his heal procking up, which he just procced. AT Demon using the no port spot really to his advantage. Good job by him so far. Dan the Man trying to come back to re-engage, putting the heavy condi. The bleeding is still ticking on him. AT Demon is taking a little bit of damage there. They're kind of going subpar for par right now. I'm going to change my camera angle just so I can watch this. They're teleporting so hard. Really good exchange on both of them. AT Demon taking some condi. This is going to be back and forth. This might even go to the map mechanic in the end, to be honest. They're doing a really good job of mitigating each other and just kind of countering. They both got a lot of condi clear, so they're really going nowhere fast. There you go. He's able to drop a lot of condi. He clears it easily. AT Demon trying to stun him to keep that condi ticking. He gets him in the emo with the 6 stacks of poison. This one's definitely going to go to the timer. Good exchange from both characters right here, porting in and out. He's got the stacks of bleeding. Dan the Man's not able to get much condi down onto... this is not the situation he wants to be in, especially he uses Dagger Storm to try to mitigate and try to give him a little more time to get some cooldowns back. He's got that poison on him. AT Demon doing a really good job of just poking in and out, staying calm, not getting too squirrely, seeing an opportunity to strike. Even when Dan the Man got really low, he didn't go too crazy on top of him. Tries to get the Dagger Storm, but this is where things change a bit. He's got way too many stacks of condi on him, but he's really low. They're both really low. There's no more healing. AT Demon trying to create some distance. Baskins goes right down. There was that little bit of bleeding that got him, and that's game 1 that going to AT Demon. Our next match after this is going to be Shriner versus Anya. I'm going to wait for these guys to enter one more time before I post it so people don't get too confused and think they're up right away. So let me take a quick look at Dan the Man over here. Got Rune of the Adventure with Wizardami. I don't believe he's made any changes over there. Rune of Thorns. Maybe he was running that at the beginning. Maybe I'm wrong. Not entirely sure. Just waiting for them to ready up, and he's probably not readying up because he possibly could be potentially making some changes to his build. Yeah, you see right there, he did go Rune of the Thorns, and he went over to Deadshot. I don't know if he made any major changes in here, but I showed it to you guys before, so if you're viewing, maybe you'll notice the changes. Chromo Dynamics Joker owes me 50 gold. So here we go. This is game 2 of our series. Let's see how Dan the Man. Actually, I'm going to watch AT Demon. I watched AT Demon. I'm going to watch Dan the Man for this one. Hello. Right now, there's just too much going on. A lot of back and forth, but AT Demon's getting the better of the exchange. He's kind of just softly sitting back, just waiting for him to engage, putting some heavy pressure onto him. He's just going for the Dagger Storm. He counters with a Dagger Storm right back at him. Good job by AT Demon noticing that. Now Dan's starting to get a little more up, but no, he's not able to clear those condis fast enough, and it's just slowly ticking away, taking a little bit of his life away. This must be frustrating for Dan the Man, and there you go, AT Demon takes it. Next match after this is Anya versus Shriner. I'm just going to go to the map chat really quick to us. Whoops, this is not where I wanted to go. Sorry guys, give me 1 minute here. Did they enter the arena yet, Deuce?
Nope. Still waiting for this last series to finish, so that
Isn't
the
it?
court can start.
Isn't it 2-0?
There we go. Now they're entering. It was, but the arena still had the timeout after that match ended.
Okay, give me
But now they're
one.
entering. Anya's in.
Shriner should be there. I'm gonna give him a minute, but he's actually buying me time. I'm coming back in, guys. Sorry for that. Thank you for being patient with me.
They're both in right now.
Okay, perfect. Let me just update that bracket really quick. They haven't readied up yet, which is perfect for me. So that was actually Anonymous that took that one, eliminating Dan the Man. Thank you for coming, Dan the Man. I appreciate that. So let's take a quick look at over here. This is Shriner, I believe. Yep, he's running with the Traveler and Deadshot. He's running with the Scepter and Dagger, and he's also got the Staff. He's running with Curses, Soul Reaping, and Blood Magic. Ready up to start. Let's take a quick look at Anya, who's running Rev. He was practicing Rev a little earlier against Marketeer. Really good matches. I watched a couple of them. He's got Invocation, Devastation with Herald, and he's also running over here Sword with Staff. He's also got Lisa with Marauder. I think it might be Shriner that's waiting. He doesn't seem to be moving. Yeah, Evolved Herbs. It might be Anya who's waiting. There we go. And this is the first match of our series, guys. We're still in the first round. So we're just making sure that everybody's here and everybody who participated is here. Grimjack is actually taking my spot. And Nemu was replaced by Balhor. Perfect. So I'm going to watch Anya for this first one. He's really, really good player. One of the top tier players in this game. Really good job already. He got caught in the fear ring a little bit. Good job by Schreiner by getting him to close that gap and keeping him inside there and being able to put some damage down onto Anya, which is a really good job. Now he's controlling the top node, and you see he doesn't want to come down from there because he knows he has to use it to his advantage. Anya does have the ability to port, and on this map there is this section right here, which is a no port spot that you can use to your advantage if you so choose. Schreiner doing a really good job. Big heavy burst coming out from Anya. Really well timed. It doesn't look good for Evolved right now. That's Anya that takes game 1. The next match after this series is going to be Caesar versus Deuce.
And I'll hop down in a channel so you don't have to give away like details when my match comes up. That way you're not like spoiling things for
Okay, Deuce, thank you.
Caesar about cooldowns and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I appreciate that, Deuce. Thank you so much. So here we go, Anya. Anya Evolved, Unevolved Derbs has entered again. I don't think he's made any changes. Let's take a watch. No, he's readied up right away. I thought he would go over here with Vital Persistence, but he doesn't. He's still going with the Fear effects. You just got to be really, really careful about the engages from Anya. He can do really big bursts right away. So if he's able to mitigate some of those big openers, he should have the advantage. You just got to keep that Condi up. Anya, Revenants don't have too much in the way of Condi clear. If you can bomb them once and then get them to use their big clears and then bomb them again, he usually might have it. He's already using a Spectral Walk. Anya doing a really good job of not attacking so he doesn't get any life force. Hey, thank you so much for that follow, man. I really appreciate that. Woo woo. George W4s was here. Thank you, George. I really appreciate that, guys. It's like you guys encourage me to do this. I do these every single day. If you check my highlights videos, you'll see every day for the past 3 weeks since I've started doing this. I've done a lot of tourneys for a long time, but this is the first time I bring them to Twitch so everybody can view them. Good job by over here by Derbs trying to use the LOS, but Anya's just got too much pressure. Yes, thank you so much for that follow. Hey, Amadas. Thank you for the follow, buddy. I really appreciate that, man. So that looks like Anya takes this game. Next up, we have Deuce versus June Cesar. We have a lot of top people in these duels here today, guys. It's going to be really exciting when we get to the quarterfinals. I'm super excited for these quarterfinals.
and I'm hopping down a channel. Be
Oh,
sure to spectate my build. I'm running a little bit of a throwback meme.
okay. We're definitely going to take a look at Deuce's build. Deuce runs usually core ranger, and core ranger is still really strong. I don't know why not more people use it. It's really strong, man. So here we go, Char Miracle. I think June is still here. Let me just see if June Cesar is here. Yeah, he is. Magurna. And yeah, I like June Cesar a lot. He's very helpful in my tournaments, and he doesn't always use the same class. He changes it up a lot, so you're not always expecting the same thing. He's running Tools, Alchemy with Hollowsmith. He's also got Leadership with Demolisher. He's also running Rifle with Annulment and Energy. You don't usually see Annulment on a one-weapon swap here. Usually they use something else, but Annulment is really strong. I've seen it a lot. So we got Paladine over here for Deuce running with Aristocracy. He's got the Hammer, and he's got Longbow. Energy with Cleansing. He's got Ruthlessness with Annulment. He's also running Discipline, Strength, and Defense on Core War. Very interesting build. Deuce is he's a really good theory crafter. He knows everything about every skill, so he's one of my go-to guys. He really has been playing the game since launch, and he's really informative, so I really like having him in my corner. Just waiting for these guys to ready up. I don't think Magurna is making any changes. Nope, he's still looking the same. Let me take a quick look at Deuce over here. I don't think he's made any changes. He's trying to go for those heavy might stacks in the big CC chain. Here we go. Yeah, Hembo, baby, Hembo. Good job by Deuce. Just trying to mitigate some damage using the long range bow. He's getting the better of the exchanges right here. He's already used his photon wall, his shockwave. And Deuce has got a lot of regeneration. He can sustain quite a bit. Good CC stun on him. Backpedaling gets him in the prime light beam. Good mitigation. He breaks stun. Gets him in the overcharge shot as well. Trying to get him in the shockwave. Gets him in the shockwave. I really don't like hollow builds too much, to be honest. They're kind of in the hands of a good player. Hollow is really strong. It's pretty much CC them and then go into Corona Burst, Photon Blitz, and that's it. But Deuce is doing a really good job countering. He gets good pressure. He gets caught in the shockwave. He tries to get in the Photon Blitz with the Proton Wall up. Deuce is in some heavy pressure right now. Good counter pressure by June Cesar. He does have his longbow. He's trying to put down the fire field to try to get some cleave down onto June Cesar. He's backing out. He's in really a bad spot. He tries to get him with the big CC. Tries to get him again with the CC, but I think Cesar had his stability up and was able to negate that. That was a really close match. It went both ways. It swung a lot, but good job by June Cesar taking that one. And Deuce bringing out the old school Hambo, baby. This is still not over. Let's take a quick look at our next match over here. Our next match is actually going to be a good one. It's going to be Kiba versus Shaman Lord. Is Shaman Lord still here? And J Hammer. I need to make sure that Shaman Lord and J Hammer are still here. Shaman Lord's there, and I'm sure J Hammer is here as well. Where are you, J Hammer? There he is. Yeah, they're both still here. Perfect. Let's see if Deuce made any changes. I don't think so. Let's take a quick look at Magurna. I don't believe so. Here he goes in quickly, trying to get him in the jump shot. Doesn't get it. Gets him in the prime light beam. There's the shockwave. He's probably going to go for that photon blitz. It's the combo that they always use. It's their go-to. It puts a lot of pressure. So much damage that comes out. He didn't use the Corona Burst, but I'm not sure entirely why. He goes for the Rampage. I think that's what Deuce did have changed, was the Rampage. He already pops his Elixir S, and that's really what Deuce is trying to get him to use a lot of his cooldown, so when he does come down for the CC and tries to get the heavy burst, he doesn't have any sort of mitigation. Now, there is only a 34-second cooldown on his Elixir S. He tried to fake that shockwave, I believe, or he was stunned by Deuce. I'm not entirely sure. Good stun by Deuce. He tries to get him in the Bull's Charge, but doesn't get it. He actually mitigates on that shockwave, but he gets him with the overcharge right after. They're both really low. Good fight over here. Deuce just trying to get some cleave out. He's got his healing turret back up. He's coming back in for the heavy pressure, and that's June Cesar that takes that one. Really good job by Deuce, though. Our next match after this is going to be Grimjack versus Kiba. This is going to be a really good match. Oh, Deuces and Vengeance, I believe. I'm not sure what's happening. How did he get up? What am I watching here? Oh yeah, it is Vengeance. Woof, I got a little scared there. So Grimjack versus Kiba is our next match, guys. We got how many more? 1, 2, 3 more matches in order to get through our first round, and then we'll be officially starting the quarterfinals. Really good job, Deuce.
Thank you. It was tough.
Yeah, that seemed very tough, bro.
Yeah, Caesar's good. I didn't think I was gonna win that, especially not on a meme, but
Yeah, Kiba is very good. So let's take a quick look at Grimjack. Grimjack also does, he also streams and he gives out a lot of good info as well. I was listening to him for the past couple of days. A lot of good info that comes out from him, and he plays a really mean Ellie. Probably one of the best I know. Rune of Leadership with Sage Amulet. He's running Sword and Focus. He's also got Fire, Arcane, and Weaver. Let's take a quick look at Ikiba. He's got Fire, Arcane, and Weaver. Uh-oh, Balthazar and Sage. He's got Sword, Focus. Battle of the Fire Weavers over here. Let's see who's the better one. This is going to be a really good fight here. He already goes for the invul, mitigating some of the damage from him. He's kiting really well, using terrain to his fullest advantage, trying to go in heavy on the pressure. Both of them are sustaining really well. It's toe-to-toe. See, Kiba gets a really good sustain, gets the swirling winds up. Grimjack trying to go into the evade. Into his, oh, it's so quick. This is too hard to cast. Holy moly. Grimjack actually getting better at the exchange over here. Trying to put some pressure. Kiba actually trying to counter pressure now. Kiba's in some big trouble though. Once the allies start to get a little low in health, he can really keep the pressure and really mitigate a lot of damage once he gets the pressure onto him. Good job by Grimjack, kind of resetting a bit, trying to come back in, waiting for his burst, and then opening up back onto Kiba. Kiba backing out. Good mitigation from both sides. Nice evade from Grimjack. He gets him in the stun. Good job by Kiba. Trying to keep the pressure. Trying to just tail him as much as he can. But Kiba's not the one who should be the aggressor at the moment. Good job by Kiba getting some counter pressure on him. Getting some good burnings. Now Grimjack staying with those 25 stacks of might. He does have the chill on him. Good port. This one's definitely going to go to the map mechanic in my opinion, guys. Good job by Grimjack and Kiba, both sustaining really hard. Battle of the Fire Weavers over here, guys. Holy moly. Just a lot of AoE pressure, just trying to get anything they can, but there's so much sustain, so much damage mitigation coming from Ellies that it looks like their health is barely even moving, especially with all the barrier. Grimjack finally getting to get some ticks, and this is where it's got to be very dangerous and you got to be super careful. Near the end of the map mechanic, you can't let your health get too low because you're not able to heal afterwards. So you really got to be clever on how you get your burst, and if you're clever and smart enough and fast enough, you can get a good burst just before the timer to get their health down so they can't resustain. But it looks like they're both kind of waiting for the map mechanic to get involved, and here it comes. The map mechanic is cutting. He did get some good pressure just before the map mechanic, and that's exactly what you want to see. Great play by Grimjack, and that's a high level play right there. And especially, he doesn't enter too many of my tourneys. He already was fully aware of the map mechanic, took full advantage of it, and now you can see Kiba's just under too much pressure. Great smart play by Grimjack on that one. He takes game 1. Let's see if Kiba makes any changes in the next fight. Well, I'd also like to take this time to thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. I've only been twitching and shoutcasting for about 3 weeks now. I'm really new at it. If you have any suggestions or something you'd like to see, put it in the suggestion box at the bottom. I do these every single day. Check out my highlights videos from the first day I started twitching till now. Sometimes I even do 2 events. Today I did a huge Fashion Wars that was actually sponsored or put up by the Fall Guild. Hey, thank you so much for that follow, man. The Dark Souls. Thank you, sir. I put on the contest today. It was over 100 participants. It was a huge contest. I didn't put it on. I just streamed it for them. It was the Fall Guild that did it. I wasn't going to do a tourney. A bunch of people asked me, so here's the tourney again. So if you guys like this content, click that follow, click that subscribe. It's just another way of saying, Michael, you're on the right path. Keep it up. We like this content. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me take a quick look at Kiba over here. I don't think he's made any changes. I didn't take a good look at his utilities over here, but if you did notice anything, you get to see it. Let me take a quick look at Grimjack over here. This is going to go to the map mechanic now, so they both know this. They both should understand this, and just kind of be patient. Save your cooldowns for the end. Big burst coming out from Grimjack. Did he make any changes to his build? I don't believe so. He's just getting some heavy pressure onto Grimjack, and that's the thing with the Ellies. It looks like they got such high sustain, but if you can catch them, you can definitely put some good damage down. He's clearing those burns really quick, but he's reapplying them so fast. Those 6 burns, he eventually manages to get it off, but Grimjack's just laying it on thick right now for Kiba. He's got so much pressure. He's trying to counter back his if he can, but he finally gets some pressure down onto Grimjack. He's got to pressure him just a little bit so keep him off so he's not so aggressive. He's in water, just trying to mitigate damage and re-ing up on his health. Trying to get rid of some of that cleave. Good job by Kiba trying to counter pressure. He's actually putting it on, but he's got to watch those 11 stacks. Oh, really, really quick. Grimjack stacked those up so quickly. Our next match after this is J-Hammer versus Shibi. That was a really good fight, guys. We're almost into the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals are going to be epic. Really, really epic. And like I said, for a lot of the people who say, oh, the top tier guys only come in to get all the gold, blah, blah. There's only 150 gold in this tournament. There's only 150 gold. First place gets 80, second place gets something like 35, and the last place gets something like 25 or something like that. They just do it for content. They like to participate. They like to compete. And I also appreciate that they come. It kind of sets the bar to where it needs to be. This is what we have to attain. This is how good we have to get. So I really appreciate you guys coming out and doing this, especially for such little gold, showing those other people that they're not gold hogs. They don't just come here for the gold, guys. They just want to have fun and participate like everybody else. And I really appreciate it. Really stepping up the tier of quality of players. So just waiting for them to start up. Let's take a look at over here. I don't believe I've seen this guy fight yet today. J-Hammer, yes, I believe he did have to fight in the first round. No, it was actually Shibi who had to fight in the first round. J-Hammer we have not seen, so let's take a quick look at his build. I think he's running Fire Weaver as well. Yeah, a lot of Fire Weavers today. Fire, Arcane, and Weaver. He's running same thing, Sage Amulet. He's got Sword and Focus. He's got running with Energy and Cleansing. Let's take a quick look at George over here, which is Shibi. He's running Leadership, which is a smart move. Demolisher, Greatsword, Axe, and Shield. He's running with Defense, Discipline, and Strength. So he's got to be really careful here with the Condis. He can't let them stack up too fast. He got a big stun over there. He was able to mitigate that. He uses his Bull's Charge to create a little bit of distance. Now he goes for his Signet, I guess, to get the resistance because he's looking to come in. Good job by him, actually popping the resistance before the Rampage. So if he does try to put any Condi on him, he's able to mitigate that. I hate this camera angle. And that Char is so tall, so it puts me right into the wall. Good job by Shibi getting the pressure onto Para, but he's got a lot of mitigation, he's got a lot of sustain, so he's just got to keep that pressure. Once he gets him to about half and he can start trailing him really hard, but he's got to keep an eye on those burnings as much as he can. Good job by Shibi. Hey, I really thank you that. Thank you, Valen, for the hosting. He's hosting with 63 streamers. Thank you so much, Valen. I really appreciate that. Guys, over here, we're having a big tournament here. There's a lot of top dogs. I'll post the challenge bracket right after this match is completed. It's a best of 3 series. We're just in the first round. We got 2 more matches before we start the quarterfinals. There's a lot of top dogs in this. Good job by Shibi putting the pressure up onto Para. Para can't get out. He actually ports out of the way. Trying to get the Blade Trail. Rushing up to him. Doesn't get the rush. Doesn't get the Arcing Slice. Tries to get good pressure. And he actually gets him down. Good job. Here he goes. For those guys in copy in Twitch. This is the challenge.com bracket. These are all the participants. Just to give you an idea, we got Anonymous, we got June Caesar, we got Naru, we got Grimjack, we got Mad Attacker. We got a lot of good top guys. They're all starting to come into the quarterfinals right now. It's going to be super good. Thank you for joining me, guys. If you like this content, check out my highlights video. I do these every single day. 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, or Fashion Wars. I've only been twitching for about 3 weeks. I'm really new, so if you have any suggestions or any helpful hints that you'd like to give out to me, I'm all ears, guys. I'm really new to shoutcasting, but I practice every day and I'm slowly getting better. Thank you for coming and thank you for watching, guys. Here we go, game 2. As I mentioned, these are best of 3 series, and just to give you an idea of the rules, you cannot change your class and you cannot change your 3 spec lines that you have chosen. You can change all the traits inside, you can change all your utilities, you can change your weapons, your sigils, your amulet, your rune, anything. The only things you cannot change are your class and your 3 specs that you have chosen. So here we go again. Paraffin's got to be a lot carefuler now. He can't go in too aggressive, and when he starts getting the pressure, he's got to be able to mitigate that. Because once George gets him really low, he's able to just keep constant pressure on him, and Paraffin has no way of countering on him. Good job by George, just trying to keep his distance. He did a really good job last match. He used his Bull's Charge and a lot of utilities just for mitigation of damage and trying to create some distance. He didn't use them for offense, which is really nice to see. He goes into his Rampage right away. Did he pop the Rune of Resistance? Yeah, he popped his heal right away. There's another good move. He's able to mitigate a lot of that Condi while he's in Rampage, because Rampage is susceptible to all that. Really good job by George. He definitely seems like an experienced warrior. He's trying to get as much damage as he can onto him. He's got the Swirling Winds up to mitigate anything else. He's got the shield on the warrior over here. George is trying to keep the cleave up. Good job by Paraffin. Now he's got a little bit of advantage. He can get a little bit of breathing room, get some cooldown, step back. He's gone into self-weave. Oh, big burst coming out of George. Now he's on the run. This is exactly the position he didn't want to be in. He's got no way of putting counter pressure because he's so low in health. The terrain actually screwed over George over there on the Bull's Charge. That would have been very, very deadly. But even little things like that make a difference. Trying to get up on the terrain, using it to your fullest advantage. Little things like that make the difference in the end. Even saving your dodge rolls, that's sort of what makes the difference between a top tier player and a not top tier player. Using terrain, saving dodges, little things like this. I hate this map for that angle. Now Paraffin is actually able to get some counter pressure onto George. This looks really good right now. He's under some pressure, but George as a warrior is always very dangerous. 100 blades right there, and down he goes. Alright guys, so our next match after this is going to be a Shaman Lord versus Naru. That was George that took that from J Hammer, and that's Shibby. This is going to be our last match. Was that Shibby? Shibby is George, I believe. Yeah, I believe Shibby is George. This is going to be the last match in our first round, so everybody after this I know is here, so it should go relatively quickly, although it has gone quite smoothly so far. The first two games were a little bit of a clusterfuck, but we ended up picking it up. So let's take a quick look at Naru over here. In my eyes, the best player for Necromancer in the game. Blood Mage, Soul Reaping, and Scourge. He's also got Scepter, Torch, and Staff. He's also got running Boon of the Battlestar with Sage Amulet. And as well, Naru also twitches as well. You guys should definitely check that out. We also got over here, this is Shaman Lord. Shaman Lord is running the Ranger. He's got Luna Leadership with Marauder, Great Sword with Longbow. Core Ranger is Soul Beast, excuse me, Beast Mastery and Wilderness. Very interesting to see. Let's see how he does. Good burst onto Naru. Gets him in the knockback. He's controlling the upper area of the terrain. Is where he wants to be. He wants to keep Naru at the bottom. Doesn't want him to use Spectral Walk. He's got the Trail of Anguish all over him. He's got a lot of Torment. He's got to use that Troll Engine. He doesn't get it off. Great job by Naru, just stunning him on the Troll Engine, and that's what created the down. Really good on Naru, knowing that he hasn't used his heal, watching for the animation, and then stunning him just as he went to go use it. That was huge. Annulment. I've been seeing annulment on everyone. It's really good. I don't usually see it on someone. He's running double annulment on this one, which is kind of a little bit of a waste because it has an 18-second cooldown. So by the time you swap to one and then go back to the other, it doesn't really proc. It's only one that's really procking. You just got to be a little more attentive on which weapon it is on and get ready to use it. So here we go into game 2. Our next match after this is actually going to be Sarista versus Anya. So here we go. Shibby's trying to come back up. He's got to be really quick on using that. Was able to remove conditions, but he just had way too much torment on him. Naru was able to get the big burst. He tries to go for the rapid fire, and he uses the reflexes to get away from him, try to create that gap. Good job on Shibby, trying to put some, doesn't get on the Worldly Impact. That would have been huge if he was able to land it, but Naru was able to mitigate it. He's able to get his Troll Engine off over here. He's trying to get his Entangling Roots off, but he doesn't get it. He's got the high ground, he's got better positioning, and he has a higher health. but Naru can just dump a bunch of Condis. His Rune of Resistance has finally worn off, and that's probably what Naru was waiting for. He's got his Troll Engine back. He does have his Reflexes and his Doliac stance if he so chooses. He's trying to go in for the heavy pressure. He's got to be careful engaging on this. He doesn't take too many Condis. He's able to clear a bunch. He got the Troll Engine off and the Reflexes. This might go to the... No, I don't think it's going to go to the map mechanic. He's just too much burst going on over here. He's on the lower side, which is not where he necessarily wants to be. He does have using the LOS to his advantage. He tries to push him back. He does force Naru back. He's trying to do some heavy pressure. This is a really good job by Shibi so far against Naru. Naru is no slouch, very top tier. He's got 8 stacks of Torment. He's got to be really careful on those. If he doesn't get them off, that's going to be the end of him. He finally manages to mitigate that, but Naru's really high and be able to put a lot of pressure on him. Let's take a look at Naru over here. He does have his Ghastly Breach that's about to proc, but I don't think he's going to even use it. He's just autoing from the top, and he's able to get the down. So that's our next match after this, guys. Oops, whoops, hold on. I'm going to shamelessly promote in the map chat. Thanks for your patience, guys. I'll be back to that match in 1 second. I'm the asshole that you see in map chat all the time, shamelessly promoting Mike or Oashi. That's me. So I apologize in advance. I'm going to run right back in, guys. So our next match is Sarista versus Anya. I believe Sarista is Sarista or Christy. Christy is running the Weaver again. It's a Fire Weaver. We've seen at least 4 Fire Weavers in this match. I've had 21 participants in this tournament. As I mentioned, I already did the Fashion Wars today. I wasn't going to do a tournament, but people kept asking, like, is the tournament today? Is the tournament today? Is the tournament today? And I was like, you know what? Since so many people want to do it, we're going to do it. I actually ended up getting a lot of participants. I only wanted about 12, but a bunch of people just started flooding in, and I'm really happy to see them all. This is going to be a really, really good match. Where is Anya? There you are. Just going to give Anya a minute to get in. Once again, guys, I'll take this time to thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm getting a lot of requests about that and people asking me to lower the rate, but unfortunately, I can't do that as an affiliate. I have to be a partner first in order to do that. So once I become partner, I'll definitely be able to cater to you guys. Thank you so much for that follow, man. I really appreciate that. Aldiano. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. When you guys follow or even subscribe, it's like patting me on the back and telling me to continue what I'm doing, and I'm doing it a good job. So I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. Let's take a quick look at Anya's build over here. He's got Invocation, Devastation, and Herald. He's also running with the Lisa and Marauder. A little more Vitality, Staff and Sword and Sword. He's running with Exploitation and Agility, Energy, and Cleansing. No annulment. Let's look at Christy over here. And usually when it's only on 1 weapon, they usually don't use annulment. Sage with Balthazar. And he's also got Fire, Arcane, and Weaver. This is going to be an interesting match. Anya's a very strong reg. We're going to watch Christy for the first one and then go to Anya for the second. Mitigating a lot of damage, and the Condi pressure is what's really hard for Revenants, so he's got to be really careful for that. Christy doing a good job of keeping the pressure, and you see those burning are already on him, and as long as he keeps those burning, he can keep tacking away, but he's got to watch out. He almost got him in the Shackling Wave. He tried the Glint Elite, but it didn't catch. Good job by Christy by mitigating that. No, he actually faked the Glint Elite and then redid it. That was a really good move by Anya, but the pressure's coming really hard from Christy. Anya's trying to get away. Christy's doing a really good job of keeping the pressure. The Swirling Winds is up to mitigate. He can use a no port, tries to get the Shackling Wave, but doesn't connect. Now, Anya is very dangerous. This is where it gets very hard for Christy. He's in the low tier of his health. He's got to be very careful, and Anya takes it. He also used his Glint, the Glint heal. And there's Gandalf the White. That's Gandalf the White, and I forgot, Toxic Death are both the leaders of Fall Guild who ran that huge Fashion Wars contest today in Lion's Arch. There was over 100 participants. I recorded it and put it into my highlights videos if you want to see it. Over 1,500 golden given out. I actually finished in top of my class as NG as my suit that I was wearing. So if you guys want to check that out in my highlights video. So here we go, Anya versus Christy again in game 2. So here we go. Really good job by Christie putting up the pressure, but Revenants are so dangerous. You can never count them out. And the ability to port and a lot of the mitigation damage that they have just makes them very, very, very dangerous at any health pool level. I'm just going to wait for both opponents to ready up. I'm going to take a look at Anya for this round, guys. Really good job by Christie, though. Let me just see what the next match after this is. The next match after this is going to be Naru versus June Cesar. Sorry guys, I'm just whispering someone right now. Good job by Anya mitigating some of that damage. Now, he's got to be careful. He can use Christie. Keep in mind, let me just go into free cam over here. Over here is the no port spot. So if she does need to, or Christie does need to use it, they can use it. Anya's doing really good keeping the pressure onto Christie. Let's take a look at the cooldowns Christie has. I hate that camera angle. He's looking still pretty good. Still has access to water. Anya just trying to mitigate, trying to run away using that W, waiting for the big burst. This angle is annoying. Anya is getting really low, and actually Christie's there. Might be able to take it. Does he pop the glint? I think he did pop the glint. Let me take a quick look. No, his glint heal is just about to come up, but he's really low. That's his moment of opportunity to close up on him. He's got to get the kill. Oh, no, Christie. You got to finish. And that's where... Too much sustain, and Christie's really high in health. Anya's got 6 seconds left with a glint heal. Christie's not able to catch up and keep the pace. But this is also good news. He's used the glint heal. He's going to be baiting him into using the glint heal. He's just probably waiting for a couple stacks of burning to get onto him, and then he'll use the glint. If I was Christie, I would just do a lot of auto attack, but this is a very dangerous spot. There it is. Exactly like I thought. He was waiting for the big stacks of burning. He got the big stacks of burning, popped the glint heal, didn't cleanse them, let everything go all the way up, and now Christie's in a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous spot. He had his window of opportunity. He didn't take it, and it closed and shut really hard on him. But it's still not over. There's only 1 second left to the map mechanic. If you haven't seen the map mechanic, there's actually 0 healing and an AoE effect that comes out from the outside. That's Anya that takes it. Next match after this is Naru versus June Cesar. June Caesar, excuse me. So that's Anya that moves into our semifinals. Let me just tell these competitors that they're up. There's Naru Monster and there's June Caesar. June Caesar, sorry, I don't know why I keep saying that. Let's take a quick look at his build over here. He's running Tools, Alchemy, and Hollowsmith. And over here he's got Rune of the Adventure with Demolisher, and he's also got the rifle on this side. Let's take a quick look at Naru on this side. Scepter, Torch. He's also got Staff with Undead and the Sage Amulet. He wasn't running Undead before, but now he's going for the extra toughness and the conversion from toughness to condition damage, blood, magic, soul reaping, and scourge. And as well, for those of you who just joined the Twitch channel, here is the challenge.com bracket, so you can see who's competing and who has competed and who's going to be coming up. And as you mentioned, there's a best of 3 series. Our finalist is going to be a best of 5 series. We are going to have a 3rd place match as well. That's going to be a best of 3 series. The only rules in this tournament is the 3 spec lines you've chosen cannot change. You can change all these, and you cannot change your class. So the spec lines you've chosen and your class, you cannot change. Everything else you can. All these, all your utilities, all your weapons, your sigils, amulets, runes, all of it can change. Naru getting right away to the top ground, putting the heavy pressure onto Caesar. Now he's got a lot of CC, and this is what Necros are very susceptible to, so he's got to be very, 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 very careful. I can't watch him through that because of the camera angle, but he's getting a lot of Condi, and as well, June Caesar is very susceptible to Condi. Let me take a look over here. I don't think he's running with Elixir C. He does actually win over to Elixir C. He hasn't been able to proc it. He gets the big overcharge and the Prime Light Beam. He's just trying to keep any Condi. He's standing in the AoE. Good job by June Caesar right now. Now, like I mentioned, NGs are kind of susceptible. He's actually running with AED, interestingly enough. Wow, he's not able to proc it. He does have his Elixir S. He's getting really low. I'm not sure why. Oh, my goodness. You could have not gotten any closer to using that Elixir S. That poison even might get him. He's got the AED, but Naru immediately realizes that the AED is up. He's not able to proc it. Really good job by Naru, and that's what really being attentive to your opponent's buffs, being very, very, very attentive. That was a great job by Naru, especially considering that June Caesar was at 300 health. Most competitors would see that as a downstate. Let me grab it. And even June was very patient with his Elixir S, popping it at the very, very last second. And he could have, you would have thought that for sure Naru would have ticked away that last little health, but really good job on his part. Really good job by June Caesar. Now we're coming up to game 2, guys. Oh, I skipped one. It's actually it's going to be Valhor and Grimjack after this series. Meatwad. So let's see if June Caesar made any difference. Looks like he's going for the Rune of Resistance. He's got Marauder Armlet. I don't think he had Resistance on before. He's just trying to go for any mitigation of Condi as he can. Looks like he's gone for the Photon Wall. He's sticking with AED. I guess because he's nervous that the Condi damage is just going to ruin him. No, he's actually going back to Healing Turret, which is probably a better option. You get a lot of heal and you don't have to worry because Naru is very, very... The AED is not something you can use on him very often. He's very attentive to buffs, especially AED. It's a very obvious buff that you can see on your opponent's bar. So here we go into game 2. Now, Caesar's got the top high ground, but you can see Naru is still using that little corner of it as an LOS, so he can kind of just back out if he comes up with any heavy damage, an overcharge shot. He's getting a lot of Condi. He ends up popping that, but he's already really low. He goes for his Photon Wall, Prime Light Beam. Double dodge from Naru. McGurn should definitely take advantage of that, especially knowing that he double dodged. He can get him with a lot of CC. Oof, that's probably his last dodge. Let's take a look at Naru. Yeah, that was his last dodge. Now McGurn trying to put the heavy pressure onto him right now. This is what he wants. Oh, he's got a lot of torment on him. He's got to be very careful. Naru immediately going to the high ground when June Caesar can't put any pressure on him. Great terrain control. June trying to get up to create a little more distance. Naru can't put any pressure onto him, and Kalos regain their abilities really, really quickly. So Caesar's just got to be careful. He's got to mitigate some damage, stay away, use the shockwave. Good job by Naru in mitigating that. He actually dropped down with him. The overcharge. Oh, he's trying to go for the overcharge. He's got his healing turret, just comes back up on proc. He gets him in the overcharge finally, but he goes over onto the LOS, so he's not able to follow up with any damage. That's really unfortunate. He does still have his Elixir U if he so chooses to use it, but he's got to be really careful. He's got no source of Condi mitigation over here. He's just got to create some distance and try to get away from Naru as much as he can until he gets some Condi mitigation. He does have all his CCs ready. His healing turret is coming up. He does have Photon Wall. He created a little bit of time with that. He can get him with the shockwave, but he's got to be very, very careful on how he presents it because it's very obvious animation and Naru is going to be able to see it. He does have his Elixir C, which he does pop. He's got to use his shockwave. He tries to fake the shockwave. Really good job. He tries to fake the Prime Light Beam as well, and that's the type of tactic you got to use on these type of characters, the fake. He used the fake shockwave and he used the fake on the Prime Light Beam, but it wasn't enough. Narumancer ends up moving forward. Our next match after this is going to be Meatwad versus Grimjack. Meatwad is actually Mad Attacker. So that's Naru that moves forward. Really good job by June Caesar though. Thank you so much for everyone so far participating and everybody that's watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you like this type of content, click that follow, click that subscribe. I've only been twitching for about 3 weeks now, 22 days. I'm very new to shoutcasting, so I fuck up a lot. But all I'm trying to do is bring content to you guys. Take a look at my highlights video. You'll see all my 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s, and my Fashion Wars content. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Now we're going into the third match of our quarterfinals, excuse me. We got Fire Arcane with Weaver, and over here we have Sword Focus with Rune of Earth and Sage Amulet over here for Grimjack. Grimjack also streams as well. He's really good. I really like watching his stream. If you guys have a chance, you should check it out. He gives out a lot of good information as he's playing. So here we go with Meanwhile. Let me take a look at him. He's got Rune of Leadership, Demolisher, he's got Dagger with Shield, and he's also got Great Sword. He's running Strength, Defense, and Spellbreaker. This is going to be a tough match for Meatwad. Grimjack is really, really tough, but Meatwad's just got to be really attentive. He's got to try to hide his sons. He got caught in a big chain right there. Too much burning. He tries to go in Rampage to mitigate some of that damage and get rid of the burning, but he's not going to. I don't think it's going to be enough. Grimjack is just sitting too much in a dominant position at the moment. He tries to go for his mending, but it just won't be enough. He just recounters with a lot of poison to try to keep him down. Meatwad using the shield to try to get away, but he catches him in the big CC. Tries to get him in the Bull's Charge. I think that was a Bull's Charge. He tries to get him, but he did connect with that actually. He's got 5 seconds left on his mending. If he can get rid of this clear of this Condi, but he can't, and that's Grimjack that takes game 1. So here we go again. Let me take a quick look over here at Meadwad to see if he made any changes to try to mitigate some of that Condi. No, it doesn't look like he has much he can do. He doesn't even have cleansing. Yeah, he switched over to cleansing on for one of his sigils, which is gonna kind of help because his main source of damage is the burning, in my opinion. So if he can, and it's hard to clear it, he does put a lot of Condi cover on top of him. Grimjack's a very top tier player. So here we go. I'm going to watch Grimjack for this one actually. Meanwhile, trying to go to the lower ground. I hate this camera angle. Let me just back it out of it a bit. Go Meanwhile, trying to engage on him. Trying to keep the heavy pressure on him. Trying to get some cleave. Trying to just get some pressure onto him. He's got a lot of mitigation. He's got the Mage Bane. This is huge. He's trying to use it for the extra % damage. Oh, just too much pressure from the fire. And down goes Meatwad. Our next match after this. Thank you so much, Meatwad. He was actually a replacement for Nemu, so I really appreciate that, Meatwad. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being the sub. So that's... Ooh, the next match, the semifinals, are going to be fucking awesome, guys. They're going to be very, very, very excited. Now we have Shibi versus Anonymous. Shibi is actually George, the warrior. He's been doing a really good job. I think he had to play all the way since the beginning. Yeah, he did. He was the unfortunate one in round 1 where he had an extra match that he had to do, but he's gone through the quarterfinals, and now he's trying to get through the. He's gone through the first round, the fake first round, and now he's trying to get through the quarterfinals. But he's got a tall order in front of him, AT Demon. If you look at the stats over here, AT Demon is actually in 2nd place right here. So if he wins this match in the semifinals, we're going to have the 1st place guy, Naru, versus the 2nd place guy. That's going to be a really good fight. Really, really, really good fight. I'm excited to see that. So Shibi might be making some changes. Let me take a quick look at over here. He does have to be careful for that Condi. He does have the weapon swap. He's just trying to get as much Condi clear as he can. He doesn't have any cleansing. Yeah, he does have the cleansing on his Axe Shield. Let's take a quick look at AT Demon over here. He's running Rune of the Thorns. He's running Carry On Amulet. He's got Sword Dagger with Short Bow. He's running Deadly Arts, Trickery, and Daredevil. AT Demon had a really good match against Dan the Man in the first round, which is very interesting to see. There was a lot of mitigation, a lot of just running back and forth, and this is exactly what AT Demon likes to do, just a lot of poking, and he's the master at this right now. It's going to be really hard for George to close the gap. He's just got to get really lucky with the stun. The shield is a good job to try to get him to get close and then try to get him with the Bull's Charge, but that's really, really difficult. You shouldn't have used the Bull's Charge so quickly, in my opinion. But this is going to be really hard for George. I think George's best bet is over here. If you see over here, these little pillars, I'm going to try to get a better look at it. These pillars over here are no port spot. So you can kind of abuse that if you so chooses to try to keep AT Demon away from jumping on top of him all the time. But this one doesn't look good. Yeah, it's really hard for a warrior to try to compensate against something like that. Really, 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 really difficult. And in a second, the semifinals are going to be good, guys. Really, really, really good. I'm just going to post the challenge.com bracket again for you guys in the Twitch. So for anybody who just joined, you can see it. So here we go, guys. AT Demon versus Shibi. Game 2 in our quarterfinals, and our last game in the quarterfinals. And we're going to be moving on to the semifinals. Our match after this is going to be Anya versus Grimjack. Trying to mitigate that damage, just a poison just way too strong. He tries to go into it, but he's not able to clear it. There's just too much Condi cover coming out of the thief. It's just way too much, guys. I'm just going to run to the map chat really, really quick. Thank you so much for coming, Shibi. You did a really, really, really good job. Bear with me, guys. I'm just running to the map chat to solicit. I do this all the time. I'm that jerk off you see writing in there all the time. Oops, that's not what I wanted. We go here. Copy that. Alright, I'm coming right back in, guys. Oh, I just got a donation. Thank you so much for that donation. I'm probably going to keep that donation for my tourney tomorrow. And I'm trying to use this as a point to everybody else out there that these big guys don't come in just for money, man. They're not here as money grubby guys or just, give me the money. There's only 150 gold in this whole entire tournament. It's split 60, 25, 15. So there's not a lot of gold, and I don't want to put any more into it just to prove to you guys that they're not here for that. They just want to have fun, and I really appreciate it. They're setting the bar. They're showing people where to attain to, and they're also letting themselves get recorded so you can see the matches, watch where you made the mistakes, make your improvements, or try to take a little pieces from their game. So this is going to be a really good match. Anya, Infestation, Herald, and Invocation. He's running with his Lisa still. He's got Marauder. He's got Sigil of Cleansing. The cleansing on both of them is a good idea because Grimjack doesn't have too much Condi cover, so he can be able to cleanse the burns if he gets lucky. He's running Rune of the Earth, and he's also got Sage Amulet, Sigil of Energy with Doom. He's got Sword with Focus. He's running Fire, Arcane, and Weaver. This is going to be a really, really good match. I'm really excited to see who takes this one. I'm not sure who's going to take the advantage. I think I'll give the... They both have their... He has a lot of sustain, but Anya has a lot of burst, and he can put the pressure onto Grimjack really quickly and make him kind of run away if he so chooses. So here we go, engaging really quick onto Anya, not giving the opportunity to get the port onto him first, trying to make him get a little flustered here, trying to keep the pressure good, knockdown by Anya, but Anya can port up easily, so it doesn't matter where Grimjack kind of goes, he always has the advantage. Looks like he's trying to mitigate a bit. Anya can close the back. Grimjack with a good mitigation of damage, just trying to keep the pressure up onto him. He's trying to get any burning that he can, but Anya does have the double cleansing sigil, so that will mitigate a lot of his burning. He was able to cleanse it there and there. Really good job. Grimjack's getting really low. This is where Anya wants Grimjack, at that lower point, so he can keep the pressure. He immediately sustains, but now he's already used some of his sustain, so when he comes in again to re-engage, if he can catch him, he's able to keep that pressure up. Tries to get the Glint Elite. It tries to get the Shackling Wave, but doesn't connect on either of them. He does have his Glint Heal that goes up, so he got all the cleanse from all the heal from the burning. Really good job. Not only did he get the heal, but he was also able to mitigate the damage and clear the Condi by using that glint heal. Really good move by Anya and very good patience. Now he's starting to get pressured a bit. He's starting to run out a bit of cooldowns. This is where Gramjack can start taking the advantage. He puts up the swirling winds to try to mitigate any sort of projectile that's coming his way. Anya's just trying to get away right now. He can turn and burn easily, but now Grimjack's got to be a little careful. Anya's been running around for a bit, getting his cooldowns back, and he's ready to turn and burn and put his burst up. So he's got to be very, very attentive. He's starting to get really low here, and this is probably what Anya's trying to wait for, just to get him a little low to keep up that big pressure. He gets him with the Shackling Wave, tries to get him with the Glint Elite. Good evade by Grimjack. Now they're both resustained. There's 15 seconds left in the match, and this is where it gets really crucial. They got to be able to make sure they keep their cooldowns, not take too much damage before the map mechanic. Anya does go down, but you see he didn't use any sort of stun break or CC because Grimjack was just too far. Great fucking move by Anya over there. That's exactly what you want to see, but Grimjack was able to retaliate right back up to Anya, but I definitely give the advantage to Anya over this. He does have the ability to port and close the gap really quickly on him. He's probably just waiting, tries to get him on the big push, but doesn't mitigate. This is going to be good. Oh my god, they're both really close. Good exchange. Grimjack does have the advantage of barrier, but Anya's got to be very careful now. He ended up falling into the AoE and exiting himself. That was very, very, very unfortunate. Ooh, Lord, that was a really good match. That was a really good match. Good job by Anya, though, knowing and realizing that the map mechanic was coming up and just dropped the hammer onto Grimjack. And Grimjack, very cleverly seeing that, just tried to turn it back on him. And then he stacked it up with barriers. Really, really, really good job by Grimjack over on that one, guys. Really impressive. Once again, I'll take this time to thank you guys. If you like this type of content, check out my highlights videos. I do 1v1s or tournaments and fashion wars every single day. Click that follow or click that subscribe if you want to keep track of when I do them. I'd really appreciate it. And thank you for watching, guys. You are the best. So here we go into game 2. Let's see if Anya made any changes. I don't believe any changes were made over here. I don't believe any changes were made over here. Maybe I am wrong, but you can correct me. Grimjack doing a really good job. Did he go through into the strength and avatar amulet before? He's definitely made some changes over here. He's going for more damage. Okay, this is interesting. And Grimjack plays Ellie often. He's got many different builds and he knows how to counter very well and knows how to adjust very well. Not only adjust but his build, but also in his playstyle, the way he engages. Here you go, engaging really hard onto Anya. Anya trying to get away from that, taking big damage. Grimjack, he did go for the Rune of Strength, so it's a little less sustained, a little more damage, but he's able to actually put that damage onto Anya, who's in trouble right now, and he probably wasn't expecting the extra damage. He was probably expecting the same thing to come out from Grimjack, so it kind of gives him a little bit of an advantage, especially since Anya might not even have a way to recoup after this. Tries to get the Shackling Wave, doesn't get it. He's got a bit of burning and Condi on him. He's able to mitigate that, tries to get him again, but he can't. Grimjack looking a little low here, but Anya's on the run right now. He doesn't have much in the way of cooldowns. He's just got to be really careful. Nice dodge trying to mitigate that. Good push onto Grimjack. Grimjack avoiding and mitigating that. Oh, Lord. There's so much going on. Good job by Anya. Trying to get away, using the Shackling Wave just as sort of like, get away from me. He's going to have to force him to dodge it or use some sort of utility to mitigate it. Grimjack is keeping the pressure up onto Anya. Anya doesn't have much left in the tank. He's just got to put pressure up if he can to try to get Grimjack to back off a bit, but it doesn't look good. Grimjack is going in for the kill, and he looks like he wants it. Just keeping the heavy pressure, keeping the heavy pressure. Anya definitely gets him in the Glint Elite. His heal's almost there. Can he survive? I don't know if he's going to make it. Oh, good job by Anya. Grimjack's really low, though. Can he go in for the finish? Oh, the mitigation and the sustain from Grimjack is just so insane. No, he gets him with the last bit. There was 4 seconds left. That was really, really, really close. So that's Grimjack that moves on into the finals. So that's Grimjack that moves on. Anya's going to be fighting for 3rd place. So now we have Naru versus Anonymous. This one's going to be really good. This is our top one and our top 2 PvP players in the ranking system right now. So let's take a look right here. There is Fly So Far, which is Naru, and there's Anata Mouse. This is going to be really, really good, guys. I'm excited to see this one. So he's running over here. He's got Rune of the Ore. He's got Sage Am. He's trying to go for the extra the vitality. This is going to be really dangerous. He's got the double cleansing. Yeah, the double cleansing. He's running Blood, Soul, and Scourge. Let's take a quick look at AT Demon on this side here. He's running Deadly Arts, Trickery, and Daredevil. He's also got Sword Dagger with Short Bow. Still the same build. Let's see how Naru mitigates this. I'm very curious to see how he mitigates this. I'm going to take a look at Naru. There you go. That's what you want to see. Using the no port spot. Now the AT Demon has no choice but to come in close. He has no sort of entry, and he's just taking a lot of damage. Now we're doing a really good job, and that's how you start to kind of shut him down. He's trying to go in for the Dagger Storm. Now he's getting a little farther away, but no, he's staying really close. This way, AT Demon has no way to engage. He's going for the Spectral Walk, and he knows that he can Spectral Walk right back if he needs to. And he just runs right back. He's just trying to get some Shroud up. Really good job by Naru using that no port. Really keeping the heavy pressure onto Naru, onto AT. Good job using the tears, staying up and down. Not staying too close to anything, just getting... Good job by Naru. Just trying to keep him at bay. Going in to get into the no port spot. AT Demon doesn't have a response for this so far. As soon as he comes out of the no port, he's just putting the heavy pressure and the AoE cleave. So the spawn points and those little bricks are no ports. Really, really good job by him. AT Demon finally getting some counter pressure. He's got those big stacks of poison on him, but he's able to clear them. Everything but that. He finally manages to mitigate the poison. He's got to be really careful over here. AT Demon coming to re-engage again, getting a lot of Kandi cover, but he's got so much health. It's going to be really difficult for him to get through that. Really smart move by Naru, just stacking up on the vitality as much as he can. So even if he does get caught, he still has a long way to go before he goes all the way down to 0. This little view over here is really annoying. AT Demon going into the Dagger Storm, almost out of desperation to clear some gap and make some distance. Now we're going into the timer over here. Now I don't know who's going to have the advantage. It's going to go both ways. Oof, Lord. Now he's got to be careful now. He doesn't have that no port spot because the AoE effect is starting to encroach on everything. This is where AT Demon might have the advantage. Naru has nowhere to go. He does have a lot of Kandi stacking on him. He's able to clear it. He's just keeping stacking and stacking and stacking. AT Demon is really low as well. Oh my god, this is going to be really close. Naru doing really good job over here. Yes, clearing it all and taking him down. Thank you, Naru. I'm not a huge... I like Anata Mouse. He's super nice. He helps me out a lot. He's even shoutcasted a couple of them. So I'm not hating him on, but I hate that build. I hate that Thief build. It is so annoying to play against. Naru Man's doing a really good job, especially against the Thief, which is his hard counter. In my opinion, that's a hard counter for a Necro for sure, but he did a really, really stunning performance right there. That was really impressive. AT Demon asking Naru, he's asking Naru to run Tourney spec, and then Naru's like, dog, you're Kandi Thief, I gotta be prepared. Kandi Thief is super hard to fight. He played it really well using the no port spots and then coming out onto the off the no port spots when he was putting the pressure onto AT Demon, and he knew he couldn't counter because he was already really low. Let's take a quick look at AT Demon. Oh, and I want to shout out as well to Maddie Black. Maddie Black, thank you so much. He donated 100 gold to the tournament. I was going to put it into this one, but I want to make a point of the fact to make you all understand that these top guys don't come in. I'm already gold capped, god damn it. To make a point to make you guys realize these guys, top guys, don't come in to just take the gold. They come in to show you good skill, some quality gameplay, top tier, and they don't always join in the same ones, and they don't always join and participate in them. They'll maybe join once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, but it's nice to see them. I'm glad to have them. This is really good to fun. Really, 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 really top tier fighting over here. Naru again using the no port spot. AT Demon is at a loss right now. He can't really close the gap. He can't get in. Naru's got a lot of that range cleave. He's trying to keep the poison up. He's got his Spectral Walk, so that's his little line of defense. He does so choose to use it. He can use it to mitigate the damage and turn right back. He's trying to keep the heavy pressure onto him. Good job by Naru. AT Demon's at full health here. He actually gets him in the steal with the fear. He's not able to counter on it. He gets the 6 stacks. Naru pops his heal to try to mitigate. He still got that poison. That was a really good poison. And there's so much Condi cover that comes from these guys. Ooh, catches him with the big fear, I think that was. Good job by Naru. Now AT is just trying to keep the pressure on him. He's starting almost at half health. This is where he's really got to put the pressure up. He's in no port spot. We got 55 seconds left to the map mechanic. And I think the advantage is going to go to Naru if it goes to the map mechanic again. But maybe not. Like I said, there's no port spots available. And the AT Demon can really put up the pressure if he so chooses. Oh, Lord. Now we're doing a really good job of mitigating most of the damage. Condi Thieves are really hard. Holy moly. And AT Demon, like I mentioned, is no slouch. He's number 2. Only number 2 to Naru. These guys are the top of the top of the top. You cannot get any higher than this. Mind you, ranking doesn't make a huge difference. It doesn't really mean anything. And even if you ask any of these top guys, ranking doesn't really mean too much. But it's still nice to be top. Good job by AT. Trying to do whatever he can. He's trying to go into Dagger Storm. Just try to put any pressure he can. But this one looks like it's going to be on to Naru. AT Demon falling down into the AoE. Oh, he's got to be very careful. Naru can heal. He's coming in with the heavy pressure. Good job by AT. He's got no Condi on him. Naru's at half health. He does have a lot of barrier. He doesn't have much Shroud left. AT Demon's got to be really careful. Ah, he gets caught. So here's our third place match, guys. It's going to be AT Demon versus Anya. I want to see if they're both still here. Yeah, they are both still here. So that's actually Naru that moves forward. Our finals is going to be Naru versus Grimjack. Let me update these brackets over here, guys. So that's Naru that moves forward. So here's AT Demon versus Anya going in for the third place match. Anya is running still with the Rune of the Resistance. This is going to be interesting to see how the Revenant deals with the Condi Thief. Did he go Condi or did he go Staff? Short bow, no, sword dagger with short bow. He's still his classic Condi Thief. I want to see how Anya deals with this. The Revenant doesn't have. He does have a lot of pressure. He does have the ports to keep the pressure and port onto him if he so chooses. But AT Demon is very slick. He just come in and out, in and out, in and out. And that's what he's already trying to do. Great dodge by Anya on that one. Another good mitigation on that one by Anya. He's seeing the engage, but he's responding in that fraction of a second to mitigate a lot of that damage. That was excellent play right there. AT Demon, he's got so many entries, though. He's going to try again to keep coming at him. Anya's doing an incredible job right now. Kind of just standing there and say, yeah, come get some. Doing a really good job. Kind of just sustaining. Good job. Porting back up to him. Keeping the pressure. Going in for the heavy burst. Tries to get the Glint Elite. Does get it. Almost got him with the Shackling Wave. That would have been the finisher. Ports right back onto him. AT Demon doing a good job of trying to get away. But that was really clutch play by Anya. That was really impressive. Really nice to see. That was pro Revenant at its finest. And just those dodges, those clutch dodges on those 2 first engages. Wow, those were really good. He literally didn't get one speck of Condi on him. And that was a fraction of a second he had time to react. Really, really nice to see. So here we go into game 2. After this, we're going to have our finals. Naru versus Grimjack. It's going to be a best of 5 series. Hey, what happened to my music?
Official audio and video.
There's my music.
Artist radio. Live performances.
Oh, here, I'll post it again for you guys. I did just update it. Copy, paste. Sorry about that, gentlemen and ladies. That's the bracket. It should be updated. Yep, Naru, and he, it actually says Mike, but I usually enter myself so I can allow someone else I want to enter in, or if someone who didn't make the roster check wants to enter, I'll remove myself and put them in, and that was the case with Grimjack. He wanted to enter. I didn't catch him in the stream, so I was like, oh, you can take my spot, and that's exactly what he did, and it's making for a very spectacular finals. I'm super curious to see AT Demon doing a much better job on the engages over here, getting some Condi down onto Anya, keeping the pressure up. Anya's in a little bit of trouble, but he does also have the port, so AT Demon's got to be careful. He's a little low on health. Another good job of mitigating the damage over there by Anya. Tries to get the glint right through the no port. Not the no port, but right through the LOS of this little pillar over here. AT Demon's in big trouble. He's trying to run away. Doing a good job of being sneaky and just kiting back and forth. And you're doing a really good job of destroying those openers from AT Demon. He's literally tried 6 or 7 openers and he's only connected maybe 3 of them. Really good job. And yeah, it's just a lot of practice against these thieves. Oof, this might not be over yet. AT Demon is low and that's it. Anya takes 3rd place. Okay guys, I'm just going to go to the map chat really quick to shamelessly promote. I'm that jerk off that you see all the time in map chat shamelessly promoting. I'm just trying to bring some PvP content because ArenaNet won't do it. So I was hoping something really big was going to come from the announcement of something really cool, but I didn't get anything at all. It was actually quite disappointing, lackluster. So here I am again, still on the grind, trying to put out some content for you guys. So thank you so much for coming. I'm going to go right back in, guys. I'm sure they haven't started just yet. Thank you so much for that follow, man. I really appreciate that. Frollo. What a name, Frollo Packets. Thank you so much for that follow. I really appreciate that. It's like patting me on the back and saying, good job, Michael. Keep it up. Thanks for watching, guys. Here we go in our finals, best of 5 series, Grimjack versus Naru. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for that follow, man. Soshi Sura. Thank you, Soshi Sura. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you, guys. You're the best. So this is a really good match. I'm going to watch Grimjack for first on this first one. Grimjack knowing not to engage too hard onto Naru Master. And like I say, I watch Grimjack a lot, and he's really good at just going away and then coming back, backing off and coming back. He's really good at that, baiting his characters to come in, or baiting his opponents to come into the damage. Naru doing a really good job of mitigating it. Grimjack's in a big bad way right now. He's got burning on him that he can't cleanse off. Naru's just constantly keeping the Condi on top of him. There's just too much pressure coming from Naru. Not enough. Naru takes game 1. Let's take a quick look at what Naru's running. He's running Scepter, Torch. He's got Staff. He's got Energy and Cleansing on his Staff. He's got Revocation and Energy on his Scepter for Torch. He's running Balthazar with Sage Amulet. He's running Blood, Soul Reaping, and Scourge. I'm going to take a quick look at Grimjack before he makes any changes, because like I said, Grimjack is a master at adjustments, not only in his play style, but also in his build. He's got like 3 or 4 alleys that he can switch into easily, whatever way he wants. But the rules for this tournament over here today is you cannot change your class, and you cannot change the 3 specs that you spec'd into. You can change all these traits, you can change all your utilities, you can change your weapons, your sigils, your amulet, your rune, everything but your class and these 3 traits. I don't think he's made any major changes. Let me take another look to take a good look. No, he's still going with the Sanctuary to get the barrier. He's still got the Sage Amulet. He's got the Cleansing and the Energy. Naru's a Necro God, and like I mentioned, guys, both of these guys stream. Both of these guys give a lot of good information out on their streams. I highly suggest checking them out. They are top tier players, and they're very nice. Just don't ask anything stupid. That's about it. Grimjack versus Naru. Grimjack's gonna have to make some changes to his playstyle. He definitely can't be so aggressive. He's trying to stay at the bottom. Good job by Grimjack. You see, he's able to get some damage onto Naru just by standing below him. Really good job. He's mitigating some of the damage, trying to get to the LOS. Now Naru's switching it on him and doing the same exact thing he did to him. Grimjack trying to avoid. He might be waiting till the map mechanic. That could be a tactic. Good stun by Naru. Grimjack, he's trying to put some cleave down onto Naru. Naru's got that Trail of Anguish, and he's running all the way right through it. Oh, Grimjack trying to get the barrier up. Just mitigating a lot of damage. He's got to get out. This is not a spot he wants to be in. He's putting the heavy pressure onto Naru. He's got the 4 stacks of burning. He's really starting to put the pressure. Good job by Naru porting out. Let's see what he looks like on cooldowns. He's doing pretty healthy. They both got dodges. This is going to be tough. He's going in for the heavy engage. He's already got the Trail of Anguish up again. Now we're just trying to mitigate. Grimjack seeing that he's coming out and trying to bait him into walking into damage. He ports away. I'm going to change angle here. I don't like this angle. He's got the swirling winds up. Oh boy. Grimjack going up for the finish. He's trying to keep the pressure on him. Good job by Grimjack. And like I said, he's probably waiting for the map mechanic, and this is a strategy change that he's made. Like I said, he's a very talented player. He knows what he's doing. He knows the other classes very well. Good stun. He's just trying to mitigate and try to get to the end of the end of the map mechanic where he could possibly have the advantage. They both have barrier though, and lots of it. Let me take a quick look at Grimjack. He's got 10 seconds left. He's still got his cooldowns. He's fully topped up. Let's take a look at Naru. He just used his heal just before the timer, which is really clever. He has no choice. We might as well use it. He actually caught Grimjack at the bottom. This is where things get really interesting now. There's no more healing. They're just relying on barrier and big burst. What? Good job by Grimjack sitting inside that earth. I think it's the earth shield. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, guys, I'm really new to shoutcasting. I've only been doing it for about 3 weeks, but I'm learning, and with your help, I'm definitely getting better. Thank you so much for participating and watching, guys. This is an epic match so far. They're standing toe-to-toe right now. Grimjack's not looking in a good spot, though. He's got a lot of stacks of Torment that he's not able to clear, and that's what's doing majority of the damage to him. He does have barrier up now, and he is able to counter pressure on Naru. Naru's running, but he goes right into the AoE. Oh, no! He ran right into the AoE. Grimjack takes that one. Yeah, it does bug sometimes, Naru. It does bug. Grimjack laughing. Yeah, it does bug sometimes. There was a couple people I've had. Yeah, it is AIDS. Sorry, Naru. It does happen sometimes that it does bug. It's happened 2 times. I've done about 50 1v1 tournaments or 50 tournaments on this map, and it's bugged maybe 3 or 4 times. So this is about the 3rd or 4th time that I see it bug, and I do believe him because it has happened. I've even had people like Deuce, for instance, had it happen to him. People were like, yeah, right. He actually recorded the match and he actually sent it to me, and you're only able to see the little circle at the bottom here. You're not able to see the encroaching one. It's only this thing that you see, the little AoE at the bottom, and the other one you can't see. This map does get glitchy for that. The other ones are not so bad. And they made some changes to Or Expand, so it's a much better 1v1 map. I'm going to do that one tomorrow. I'm going to do a 1v1 on that. Grimjack taking game 1. It's a 1-1 series right now. I think Grimjack's going to go with the same style. Let's see if he made any changes to his build here. I don't think so. I think he's still running the same. Fire, Arcane, and Weaver. Yep. Let's see if Naru made any changes over here. This is probably going to go to the map mechanic again. I have no doubt in my mind. Grimjack just trying to keep his distance. Going in for the heavy pressure if he can. He saw his moment of opportunity. He took it, but he took the worst brunt of that exchange. He used a lot of Condi clear just to get out of that. That shield, I don't know what that's called. If any of you know, I think that's called Fortify. Use magnetism to envelop yourself in a shield, becoming invulnerable. Very interesting. He gets him in a big CC chain. We got 1 minute left into this tournament, or into this part of this, till we get to the map mechanic. Hey, thank you, Frollo Baggins. I really appreciate that, man. I'm really new, but I'm getting better and better. If you look at the first ones, I've been doing tournaments for a long time, but just not shoutcasting for a long time. So any suggestions, there's a suggestion box at the bottom. You can see a little bit about me, what I bring to the table, and all that just below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Grimjack's trying to keep the pressure onto Naru. Now he's trying to get away. He still has his heal, but he doesn't have many cooldowns left. So he's under heavy pressure. He's got the stacks of burning on him. This is really good positioning for Grimjack right now. This is where he wants to be. Naru's just trying to mitigate. He got caught in a big stun, and that should be an indication to Grimjack that Naru doesn't have anything. You saw how fast he wasn't able to clear that. But now he's starting to get some of his cooldowns back. He's starting to turn the pressure back onto Grimjack. And as you can see, he knows he has cooldowns. So now he can go in a little harder. He doesn't have to be so defensive. Now we got 1 minute left. Here we go, boys. Back again to this map mechanic. Naru's going to be a little more careful. Maybe he doesn't see the actual map mechanic. It doesn't look like he wants to go to that spot anymore. Good stun by Naru, getting some good pressure. That wasn't able to capitalize. Grimjack's able to mitigate most of that and evade. He goes into fire, trying to put the damage down now. He's got to get something. He's going into that fortify, enveloping himself in that magnetism. Good job. It's just giving him a little more time on his cooldowns and a little more sustain while Naru just stands there. And eventually, guys, that AoE will consume the entire map. So it doesn't matter. Eventually, they're going to die. Grimjack's taking a lot of pressure. Oh, and Grimjack goes down. He still has a mist form. He can use mist form. Oh, God. He already used the mist form. It's over. So that's 2-1 series. So we have Naru just has to win one more. Third place versus first. Anya wants to fight Naru. And we'll allow that match to happen, but it won't count for anything. If Naru and Anya want to fight afterwards, they're more than welcome to, and I'll actually show you guys that fight if they do decide to do it. But this is going to be game 4 right here. Grimjack is under the gun. He's got to put out some pressure. He's got to do something. As I mentioned, Naru is probably the best Necro that I know of, or anybody does know of, in this game right now. And Grimjack is arguably probably the best Weaver in this game right now. Really happy to have both you guys. Big ups to both of them, and they both stream. You guys should definitely check that out. Here we go. Naru moving into the center, trying to get the upper ground on tier. Grimjack sitting by that LOS, but he does have a lot of AoE that he can drop down. Grimjack getting caught in a lot of it. That's not what he wanted. Already the pressure, already going through his cooldown, so Naru already has a major advantage. That was a perfect exchange from him. Look at that. He's still sitting really good with his cooldowns. Oh, Lord. Grimjack's in a word of trouble. He tries to get Meteor down at the same time, but Naru just says, oh, yeah, and then he just drops all his AoE, and it was just an AoE battle in that instance right there. It's pretty epic, if you ask me. Grimjack porting right back up, trying to get the pressure onto Naru. He's got that Torment on him. Now that Fear, that Torment back restacked on him. Naru's so quick on the recount, the reapply. Grimjack sitting in a bad spot. He tries to get him in the Fear. It didn't last for very long. Grimjack mitigating back up. He's got a lot of barrier. He's got to be careful for that Torment. The Torment's been doing majority of the damage the entire match here. But Naru's still not even anywhere near low. This must be frustrating for Grimjack at this point. And he's got to know that he's got to use that. He's trying to go a little more aggressive, I guess, in this one. Let's see if he made any changes to the build. He went back to Balthazar, actually. He went to Balthazar, which he was using earlier. Try to go for that burning damage. He's still mitigating. We got about 35 seconds left into this tournament, in this match. He's doing the wise choice, backing away, just trying to create some distance, get his cooldown, save everything for when the timer comes up. It's still a little bit away. 25 seconds is a long time in a PvP match. But he's doing a good job of mitigating, trying to stay around the no ports, trying to stay around the LOS. He ports up when Naru goes down, and now there's only 15 seconds left. If he can get him in a big CC, he's running right into that Trail of Anguish. That Torment is disgusting. He just can't get it off. Great Condi cover coming from Naru. Now this is interesting here. We don't have much time left. 0 seconds left onto the timer. Now this is where everything changes slightly. Grimjack's got to put that pressure on him. He's going for the pressure now. He went for the boon of the Balthazar, maybe so he can get the extra duration and the extra stacks of burning. He does have those stacks of burning. There's 9 right there, 5 right there. That's exactly what he wants to do. He's got to keep that pressure up onto Naru. He's got to keep that burning up. You can do this, Grimjack. You're so close, bro. The burning is ticking, and Naru can't heal. Remember that. He's got a little bit of barrier. That barrier is the only thing saving him right now. Grimjack trying to keep the pressure on him. Oh, my God. He does get the down. Good job by Grimjack. No! Grimjack! Grimjack! No! No! Grimjack! Oof. That would have been 2-2. No, yeah, that's right. There is no misting after. That's a disadvantage that Ellies do have. There is no misting afterwards. And that is it, guys. Yeah, Grimjack got a little screwed on that one, but that was really close. He probably tried to miss to get away, but it didn't work. That was really good. So thank you everyone for coming out, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are fucking awesome. I'm probably going to come back in about 15-20 minutes just to practice some more shoutcasting while I do my ranked. If any of you are curious or want to join me, you're more than welcome to. But if you like this type of content, like I mentioned multiple times, just click that follow or click that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. This way you'll be able to keep track of when I do these. I do these every single day. Usually on the weekdays, I'll do them from 8 to 11, somewhere in between there. And on the weekends, I'll do them much earlier in the afternoon. So everybody I can't catch late at night, I can catch right now. So thank you so much, guys. I'm probably going to leave it on right now and just let you guys watch these guys fight. I'm going to pass out the gold to those winners. I'm just going to turn off my webcam and my volume. But thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to click that follow and don't forget to click that subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey guys, I'm back. I don't think I'm going to be coming back. It's really late and I got work pretty early tomorrow morning. So this is going to be the final one. I'm just going to shut it down after this. Just don't forget to click that follow and subscribe, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to do another one tomorrow. This Saturday, I'm going to try to do a really big one. I'm going to try to have Anonymous and Zeromas coming to special guest shoutcast. I just got to try to get a bunch of funds. I'm going to try to get it up to 1,000 gold. So I really hope you guys come. 2v2 on Saturday. It's going to be really big. You can sign up solo or you can sign up with your partner. I'm going to leave it on just a little longer so you can watch Naru and Anya fight over here. And then I'm going to also put it into my video highlights so you can see that as well. So if anybody who participated or anybody who didn't see it or anybody who wants to see it later on, you can check it out in my highlights. Those are all there is where my 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s, and my Fashion Wars contests are. Thank you so much for coming out, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great night.